AUKUS is a new defense agreement between the Australians, the United Kingdom and the US, which has been presented to the world by Saxon leaders as a sale agreement to deliver nuclear-powered submarines to Australia by 2035. But in reality, this pact presents an immediate danger to the Indo-Pacific region. It is an attempt to retain global imperial capital hegemony in the face of a rising Asia. Speaking on CRI's Yomul Jadid, senior researcher at the Africa-Asia Institute for Dialogue, Thembisa Fakude, says it will allow the Americans to retain their military presence around the South Asia seas.
It's basically replacing the military-industrial complex which has been going on for the past 20 years in Afghanistan, and now we're likely going to see something happening in South China Sea. So it's a continuation of that military-industrial complex with the Americans continue making money. And the other thing which is also troubling, of course, is that the secrecy this was concluded has left many countries wary of the new Joe Biden administration.
Singaporean strategist Dr. William Chong agrees with Fakude's views on the US.
We thought that the Biden administration will give us a bit of respite, but if you look at the kind of policies that Biden and his administration have adopted, it's essentially variations on the same theme compared to Trump. The language might be different, but the substance of the policies are actually very similar.
Dr. Chong also explains the inherent threat of the agreement.
Almost by default, when you're talking about submarines, it's very hard to say that I'm going to guarantee you that there's going to be no arms racing. There's a reason why submariners are called the silent service. You do not see where they are, what depth they are, which coastline they're hugging at.
Meanwhile, Vietnamese analyst Nhung Hung Song explains some of the less heard of and more immediate consequences of AUKUS.
We found out that actually there are many other parts of the deal which actually took effect now, and that is the acquisitions of a very rather sophisticated defense capability and military capability to Australia, the access by US military to several of Australia war ports, which is going to have immediate impact on the regional balance of power or military posture by the US in the region. This is very much a strategic deal.
Given the track record of the UK, US and Australia in Afghanistan, Palestine and Iraq, we have much to worry about for our fellow Muslims. Islam is the most widely practiced religion in Southeast Asia, with about 42% of the entire population being Muslim. Yakut Tobias for CRI Radio News.